Hey, and welcome back to the channel. It's Portia. If you are new here, please go ahead and join the family. Today, I'm just going to go straight into my video because there's so many that I would love to share about myself that I know will be helpful and beneficial for so many people, women, men, kids, because my experiences in life have been rather interesting. And I think it's unfair for me to just keep it to myself, knowing that it could really help someone else. Let's get right into today's video. I really take this topic to heart because I know the impact that it has had in my life. And I'm talking about deleting your social media. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say that YouTube is one of those platforms that I don't see as like social media per se. It's one of those places where you can literally come and filter out what it is that you want to see. You can watch documentaries, you can do church, gospel, whatever it is you're looking for, you will find it on YouTube. I'm talking about Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever the other one, TikTok, all those places, Facebook. That's what I'm talking about, those platforms. So first things first, a couple of months ago, I believe back in August of 2022, last year, I made the decision to permanently delete my Instagram. Prior to that, a couple of years ago, I deleted Facebook completely. So I deleted my Instagram and I deleted my Snapchat. So if you're looking for me on Instagram or Snap or Facebook, you are not going to find me. And no, it wasn't for nobody drove me off of those things. It was just something that I knew I had to do for myself to get my mind together. And I'll get into that a little bit later. Right before I deleted my IG, I went back and forth with it. There were moments where I will delete it temporarily and then I'll go right back. And then I'll delete it and I'll go right back. And the more I did that, the more I realized the type of stronghold that it had on me. I could not wake up and do anything without looking at IG first. That was my go-to for every single thing. Throughout the day, I have to be on that app at least 50 times. Right before I sleep, I have to be on there. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I am on Instagram. For what reason, I have no idea. And one thing I realized was the pattern and also the impacts that it had on my mental state. One thing I know I could not do was escape whenever something bad had happened. Let's say, for instance, somebody dies. Whenever you go on Instagram, that's all you see. You cannot escape the death. If there's an earthquake, you cannot escape it. If there's a shooting, you cannot escape it. Even though you're not in there when it happens, for some reason your soul is drawn to it and you feel every single emotion that is attached with whatever videos you're watching. And I hated that feeling. I hated going on IG and if somebody got shot or whatever, all you see are visions and images of just that. And that started messing with my mind. It's very sad when somebody passes, but if I have no idea who you are and you're gone and it hurts me that much as if you're my family member, it takes over me. I can't sleep without thinking about you. It's a problem. It started messing with my mental. All I saw was negativity. Granted, there were places where I could go and, see travel or food or whatever. But whenever there was something bad, it overtook every single thing. It just overtook it. And I did not want to feel that way anymore. I also hated the fact that every moment I had, I felt I had to share it. Somebody had to see me. If I'm eating, before I eat the food, somebody has to see the food and just give me a heart or something for me to know, oh, this food looks good, so Portia, go ahead and eat it. When I get an outfit to wear, I got to post it on there so they can see how good I look before I walk out my house. Because if they don't tell me how good I look, I'm not wearing this outfit. It became my God and it was taking control over my life. Let's not forget that when I was in a relationship, that was my go-to to go and stalk my man. I thought... Truth be told, it is where I went to go see what he was doing, how he was doing it. If you haven't heard from the person, you're like, oh my gosh, let me go on their social media and go and see what it is that they're doing. That's how I felt. And I saw what it was doing to me, and I hated that feeling. The fact that you feel that you can't even fully be yourself on those platforms, speaking for myself, was taken advantage over my true self. Everything on there was filtered. I remember one time on Facebook before I left, I had posted something, I think, about how I was feeling. I wasn't happy or something like that, just sharing what I was feeling. And a friend of mine had reached out to tell me that somebody wanted to know why I was posting things like that because whatever reason. And I was like, but why can't I share that I'm not happy on this platform? Why does everything always have to be roses on here? My life is not happy every day. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I want to cry. Sometimes I just don't want to be here. But you have to be able to share things like that because you don't know who else is feeling that way, that needs to hear it. Like, hey, I'm in the same boat as you, but I'm letting you know that not everything is rosy and perfect as it seems on this app. We're all living life and we're all going through some crazy things as well. The power that social media has is one of those things where if you're not careful, you're going to get lost and you're going to lose yourself in it. Ever since I left all of them, I kid you not, I sleep and I wake up feeling great. When I go out to eat, I feel great. I don't feel the pressure of like, oh, everything must look so super presentable, blah, blah, blah. I don't care anymore. Nobody is checking for my life anymore. As a matter of fact, I don't even want nobody checking for my life anymore. If you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. You know, and also the importance of privacy. Naturally speaking, I am a very private person. I'm not one to come and show you my entire life or come and tell you everything that's happened to me. But I like that I've become more and more and more private nowadays. I like that when I'm thinking, I'm only thinking about myself and my closest people, my loved ones. I love that when I'm having moments with my people, it's just between me and them and not the whole world. You know what I mean? I love that when I'm with my son, it's just me and my son. And yes, with this whole YouTube thing, there are times where I will show you every now and then, come over here and, show you a good time, whatever. But I don't feel pressured or forced to be something that I'm not. I don't feel forced to come and tell you that everything is great and wonderful. For example, I remember the first time that I posted my man on my Instagram story. I had a lot of young girls that I know were DMing me, oh my goodness, relationship goals, couple goals. And I literally had to go back in the DMs and let them know, girl, it's just a picture. This is not couple goals right here. If I tell you half the stuff we've had to deal with, you'd be like, why is he on here? Why is he on here? Because it's not goals. It's just a picture. You know what I mean? So because I know what it does to me as a person, and because I know the peace that I have gained from leaving it, I would encourage you as well. If you feel anxious, you feel lost, you feel confused when you wake up, you don't know what to do with your life because all you're seeing is everybody else's life. It might not even be negative. Just seeing people getting married, people going to college, people doing great things, and you still feel like your life is stagnant. It does something to you, and it's not good. Sometimes it breaks you down. Sometimes it makes you feel bad. So if you ever catch yourself going to that dark place while you're on social media, take a moment. Take a step back. Deactivate the page. Maybe for like a week, temporarily. Do it for 2 weeks. Do it for 3 weeks. And then if you permanently want to leave, go ahead and leave, boo, because ain't nobody holding a gun to your head. You can leave when you want to leave. It's not by force to be on the platforms at all. And for the sake of your mental, which is very, very important, if something is no longer serving you any good purpose, you have to let it go. And that's what I did. If I ever get back on those platforms, I believe I'll probably have to hire somebody to run it because I don't want to be caught up in that world again. Now, when I hear of the bad things happening in the world, I even turned off the news on my phone. I don't read the news anymore because I know the impact that it has on me, So if you really want to just be at ease, take a step back from the social media and also live intentionally, because that's one thing it does. It helps you intentionally live every single moment and actually enjoy every single moment while you're in it. Because I was watching Whitney, the natural hair girl, do a video about sharing her family or whatever. And the one thing that she was saying, that if you're constantly behind the lens, are you experiencing it or are you just recording? Pretty much. And that explained it perfectly. I'm not experiencing what I'm going through if I'm not like constantly trying to share every single moment of my life. I'm missing it and I'm just viewing it just like a viewer. So knowing that, I'm like, yeah, girl, that is exactly how I felt. Me letting that go, now I feel like I'm experiencing everything 1,000 times more. I'm intentional with my time. I'm intentional with the time I spend with my kid. I'm intentional with the time that I spent all by myself. So feel free and let it go. It's always going to be there if you ever want to go back, but don't let it control your life. So yeah, that's just all I wanted to share. I hope you're blessed by this, and I hope that if not for nothing, one thing that you did gain from this is you have the power to delete. Okay? So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.